No, that's for you.
I like that beer.
I was just reading this. Why is it so damn long?
I will be scuttling.
Is this the water thing?
Yeah.
All right, let me get back to that. I'll come. Okay, welcome everyone to GO. We're going to go ahead and get started. Let's first start by establishing a quorum. Secretary, please call the roll.
Gray.
Here.
Linder. Campos. Cooley. Here. Cooper. Daly. Present. Christina Garcia. Eduardo Garcia. Gibson. Here. Hernandez. Joan Sawyer.
Presente.
Levine. Mays. Perea. Salas. Steinnorth. Waldron. Wilk.
We good?
We're good.
Okay, we have a quorum present. Let's go ahead and move members to adopting the consent calendar.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Secretary, please call the roll.
Gray.
Aye.
Gray, aye. Linder. Ashajian. Ashajian, aye. Alejo. Bigelow. Bigelow, aye. Campos. Cooley. Cooley, aye. Cooper. Daly. Daly, aye. Christina Garcia. Eduardo Garcia. Eduardo Garcia, aye. Gibson. Gibson, aye. Hernandez. Joan Sawyer.
Aye.
Joan Sawyer, aye. Levine. Mays. Mays, aye. Perea. Salas. Salas, aye. Steinnorth. Waldron. Wilk.
Aye.
Wilk, aye. It's been adopted.
Okay, the consent calendar has been adopted. Let's go ahead and move to regular business. All bills here are committee member bills, so let's go ahead and start. Mr. Gibson, are you prepared to present AB 364?
I am.
Okay, we have a motion and a second.
I respectfully ask the committee for the aye vote.
What would that be on? Don't do that.
That would be item number 1, AB 364. Any support? Opposition? Seeing none, questions from the members? Seeing none, Secretary, please call the roll.
Gray.
Aye.
Gray, aye. Linder. Ashajian. Ashajian, aye. Alejo. Bigelow.
Aye.
Bigelow, aye. Campos. Cooley.
Aye.
Cooley, aye. Cooper. Daly.
Aye.
Daly, aye. Christina Garcia. Eduardo Garcia. Eduardo Garcia, aye. Gibson.
Aye.
Gibson, aye. Hernandez. Joan Sawyer.
Aye.
Joan Sawyer, aye. Levine. Mays.
Aye.
Mays, aye. Perea. Salas.
Aye.
Salas, aye. Steinnorth. Waldron. Wilk.
Aye.
Wilk, aye.
Okay, that bill is out, Mr. Gibson. Thank you. Members, at this point, let's move to item 3, AB 903, Christina Garcia. I believe Mr. Salas is going to be presenting the bill for Assemblymember Garcia.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I present before you Assembly Bills 903.
Move the bill.
Thank you.
Okay, we have a motion, Mr. Gibson, second by Mr. Jones Sawyer.
Thank you. AB 903 will just allow our youth an opportunity to work. It'll allow people that are of the age of 18 to work in some of our establishments. With that, I respectfully ask for an aye vote.
Excellent. Support? Opposition? Oh,
The support, I think, is in another committee.
Reverend James Butler from the California Coalition Against Gambling Expansion. We oppose this bill for the very simple reason that it will expose 18 and 21-year-olds to a intimate contact with gambling. We do not believe that the gambling venue is the proper workplace for those under the age of 21. It seems the only reason that this is being presented is to allow certain gambling entities to hire individuals between the ages of 18 and 21. Because there are 21-year-old individuals that are unemployed, this only makes sense if the under 21 worker will work for a lower hourly wage than those over 21. If the current wage is insufficient to hire and keep 21-year-old and over workers, I would suggest that we don't lower the age, but rather we let the employers raise the wage. There's some questions that I do not have the answers to, but perhaps might be worth consideration. What is the anticipated wage for these under 21-year-old positions? And if that is insufficient to hire and keep a person over 21, then maybe, as I said, we should encourage the employer to increase that hourly wage. I would hope you would vote no on this bill. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
If I can
Members, any questions?
close.
Mr. Sauls, would you like to close?
Absolutely. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As stated, this will allow individuals from the age of 18 to 21 to get a work permit, and this would prevent them to address some of the concerns raised. This would not allow them to be dealers on the floor. So with that, I respectfully ask for an aye vote.
Okay, Secretary, please call the roll.
Gray.
Aye.
Gray, aye. Linder. Ashajian. Ashajian, aye. Alejo. Bigelow. Bigelow, aye. Campos. Cooley. Cooley, aye. Cooper. Daly. Daly, aye. Cristina Garcia. Eduardo Garcia. Eduardo Garcia, aye. Gibson.
Aye.
Gibson, aye. Hernandez. Jones Sawyer.
Aye.
Jones Sawyer, aye. Levine. Levine, aye. Mays. Mays, aye. Perea. Salas. Salas, aye. Steinnorth. Waldron. Wilk.
No.
Wilk, no.
Okay, that bill's out. We'll leave the roll open for folks to add on. At this point, members, we're going to move to item 6, AB 1295 Gray. Mr. Bigelow, please take over the chair.
Mr. Gray, your bill, AB 1295. What's he going to do to it?
Move the bill.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Members, this bill will increase flexibility.
Mr. Gray, you have a motion and a second.
I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Thank you very much. Is there anyone to speak in support of this bill? Anyone wishing to speak in opposition of the bill? Seeing none. Any questions from members? Seeing none. Call the roll.
Gray.
Aye.
Gray, aye. Linder. Ashajian. Ashajian, aye. Alejo. Bigelow.
Aye.
Bigelow, aye. Campos. Cooley. Cooley, aye. Cooper. Daly. Daly, aye. Cristina Garcia. Eduardo Garcia. Eduardo Garcia, aye. Gibson.
Aye.
Gibson, aye. Hernandez. Jones Sawyer.
Aye.
Jones Sawyer, aye. Levine. Levine, aye. Mays. Mays, aye. Perea. Salas. Perea, aye. Salas. Salas, aye. Steinnorth. Waldron. Wilk.
Aye.
Wilk, aye.
Congratulations. That bill is out. Mr. Gray, would you like to resume as chair?
Thank you, members.
Mr. Perea, your bill, AB 650, is the next one on deck. As soon as the chairman gets back to his throne, we will be able to resume.
Second.
I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Secretary, please call the roll.
Gray.
Aye.
Gray, aye. Linder. Ashajian. Ashajian, aye. Alejo. Bigelow. Bigelow, aye. Campos. Cooley. Cooley, aye. Cooper. Daly. Daly, aye. Cristina Garcia. Eduardo Garcia. Eduardo Garcia, aye. Gibson. Gibson, aye. Hernandez. Jones Sawyer.
Aye.
Jones Sawyer, aye. Levine. Levine, aye. Mays. Mays, aye. Perea.
Aye.
Perea, aye. Salas. Salas, aye. Steinnorth. Waldron. Wilk.
Aye.
Wilk, aye.
That bill is out, Mr. Perea. Thank you. Damn good presentation. Okay, members, we'll go ahead and that concludes our regular business for the day. We are available up here for add-ons for those of you who have missed items. Then we're going to be moving to our informational hearing, the Tribal State Gaming Compact between the State of California and the Jackson Rancheria Band of Miwok Indians.
On the consent calendar, sir.
You sure about that? I don't know. I want to see what Scott does. What's the nine?
I have you on everything else. On the Christina Garcia. You want to switch your vote? Oh. Gotcha. Here we go. Let me double check.
He's going to local code first, and then he's going to go. I already checked with Matt, because he's done local code.
Just finishing up some housekeeping business,
Not a
Mr.
problem, Mr.
Bigelow,
Chair, I
and
understand.
we will get with you just momentarily.
So they had gotcha, yeah, I got two committees back to back. And Ontario Airport Bill's an important one for me, so I had to go down there. Are they holding the roll open now, or waiting for?
Yeah, it's just calling to see if they can keep the roll on information.
Oh, okay.
They have to close it because waiting for a quorum.
We'll just check in the box and make sure we can move the informational hearing before the... Okay, Mr. Bigelow, we're going to move forward with the informational hearing. The purpose of today's hearing, the Tribal State Compact before us, is one which was executed on February 1st, 2015 between Governor Brown on behalf of the state of California and the Jackson Rancheria Band of Miwok Indians. Today we will hear from the principal architects of the compact, the governor's office, and the tribe itself. This compact would supersede a 1999 compact between the tribe and the state of California. This compact authorizes the tribe to operate a maximum of 1,800 gaming devices at not more than 2 gaming facilities, and only on the land in trust for the tribe as of the execution date of this compact. This compact requires payment in the Indian Gaming Special Distribution Fund for reimbursement costs to the state to regulate and enforce requirements within the compact. If the tribe operates more than 350 gaming devices, it shall pay 8% of its net win from its operation of those devices into the Revenue Sharing Trust Fund or the Tribal Nation Grant Fund for revenue sharing with non-gaming and limited gaming tribes, and a designated percentage of those payments with Amador County. Any other local jurisdictions for mitigation and other specified projects. The terms of this compact have been updated to be consistent with the provisions of more recent compacts related to licensing, enforcement, mitigation of off-reservation gaming impacts, and limitations on the number of slot machines that may be offered at the casino. This compact requires regular audits of gaming operations and other enforcement and public safety measures. Upon all the necessary approvals, the compact will be valid until 2035. Today, I hope this committee gets a better understanding of the terms of the compact relating to why a new compact is needed to enhance the tribe's economic development and self-sufficiency. I just want to remind all interested parties that no formal vote will be taken today. Today's hearing is for this committee to be briefed on the contents of the compact, as it cannot be amended by the legislature. AB 474 by Assemblymember Bigelow is the ratification bill for this compact. At some point in the near future, that bill will be voted on by the entire body of the Assembly floor. I would like to thank our witnesses in advance for taking time out of their busy schedules to be here with us today and inform us on the terms. Without further ado, let's see if Vice Chair Linder, would you like to make some comments?
Thank you. I'll be very, very brief. Thank you for coming. This is my first time hearing an informational hearing on tribal compacts, so I'm looking forward to the educational opportunity that I'll have to hear from you all. Thank you very much.
Mr. Bigelow, please proceed with your presentation.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Chair and Mr. Vice Chair, for the kind opening remarks. It is my privilege today to have the committee hear AB 475 for the purpose of this informational hearing. With me today are several witnesses in support of AB 475 who will help explain the details of the Jackson Rancheria's new compact, the history of the tribe, and the local support for ratification of this compact. We will begin with Mr. Joe Dillon from the Governor's Office, who will help provide details of the new compact. We will follow Mr. Dillon with the tribe's Vice Chairman, Mr. Earl Dalton, and CEO of the Jackson Rancheria, Mr. Rich Hoffman, for a background on the tribe and their existing facility, the Jackson Rancheria Casino and Resort. Next, we will have, after that, testimony from the Amador County Supervisor, Mr. Brian Oneto, and Jackson City Council member Wayne Garibaldi in regards to the local support for this measure. Finally, we have Ms. Kathy Christensen here representing the tribe, and Mr. Jack Gibbon, who is also here representing Unite Here, AFL-CIO, to answer any questions the committee members may have. At the end, I hope you will find today's hearing very informative, and it will help you be able to support 475 when it is taken up on the Assembly floor. With that, I'd like to open with Mr. Dillon. Mr. Dillon.
Thank you, Mr. Bigelow. Chairman, members, it's a pleasure to be here and talk to you about this compact. What I'd like to do, given the number of speakers we have here today, is talk about a couple of items from the compact in some detail, and I know you've been given some informative analysis by staff, but then make sure that I have time to respond to any questions or concerns that you may have. Clearly, the primary objective of any gaming compact is to generate, through honest and fair gaming activities, revenue for tribal governments to ensure that they can provide services and programs to improve the quality of lives of the people that they serve. This compact does that. It increases from the number of slots that the tribe has been historically operating to the number of 1,800, what they're authorized to operate. That's a decrease from what's permitted by the 99 compacts, but it's a reflection of the market and the history of this tribe. In addition, it preserves the option of creating a secondary facility, although one that's not primarily devoted to gaming and limited to 300 slots. So clearly, it's a compact that can allow this tribe to grow and thrive into the future. But it does a lot more than that. As the chair mentioned, the tribe has agreed to contribute 8% of its net win in excess of 350 slots to the Revenue Sharing Trust Fund. It can take credits of up to 40% for expenditures that are specified in the compact, but generally relate to expenditures that keep the money locally for mutually beneficial activities within Amador County, and I'll talk about those both in some detail. First, even if the tribe takes all 40% of those credits, and we expect them to because they're for things that are worthwhile, it would become one of the largest contributors to the Revenue Sharing Trust Fund, which is pretty remarkable given that this is just a medium-sized gaming facility. As you know, the RSTF was created in the 1999 Tribal State Gaming Compacts. It's a reflection of the commitment that gaming tribes in the state have to ensure that all tribes in the state, regardless of whether they're blessed with a great location for gaming or whether they choose to open a facility or not, get some of the benefits of tribal gaming. Currently, there are 71 tribes that are eligible for the RSTF, and they get $1.1 million a year. That fund has never had sufficient revenue to ensure it meets all of its obligations, and that's put pressure on the special distribution fund and the general fund. This compact is a step in the right direction of addressing that shortfall. Now, with regard to the credits, the credits include payments to Amador County and local jurisdictions for purposes of improved fire, law enforcement, public transit, education, tourism, and other services, infrastructure improvements. It supports expenditures related to non-gaming capital investments and economic development. Certainly, economic diversification is something that I think is important to the tribe and something that we want to share in their incentivize those kinds of investments. Another credit is available for investments in renewable energy projects and payments to support capital improvements or operating expenses for facilities that provide healthcare services to tribal members or other members of the community. So the compact does a lot of worthwhile things. It reflects a significant increase in what the tribe would pay to the Revenue Sharing Trust Fund, and it makes available funding which would stay in the local community. The funds that the tribe would pay to the state would decrease, but that's not a bad thing, and so let me just talk about that a little bit. The 99 compacts created two funds, the RSTF, which we've talked about, and the Indian Gaming Special Distribution Fund, the SDF. The SDF has four primary activities that it supports: the regulatory costs of state gaming agencies, problem gambling funding. It backfills the RSTF, and it provides, through a complex formula, funding for local mitigation if there's money left over. The compact here would address shortfalls in the RSTF in a significant way, and it would make, without the necessity for appropriation, money available directly to deal with the mitigation kinds of funding that the SDF hasn't been fully effective in doing so. With regard to the money the tribe would pay the state, that would simply be based on a pro rata share of this tribe's share of our regulatory costs, looking at the number of slots the tribe has as a ratio of those slots available statewide. So that's the economic provisions. We think they're very fair in terms of furthering the interests of the state, but also allowing the tribe to grow and thrive in the future. Those are the high points that I wanted to hit on. I'm certainly happy to talk about many of the other provisions of the compact, but I'd like to make sure that I have time to answer any of your questions if you have any.
Thank you very much. I think we'll take questions at the end if that's okay with all the members. Next, we have the Vice Chairman of the tribe, Mr. Earl Dalton.
Good afternoon. My name is Earl Dalton. I'm the Vice Chairman of the Jackson Rancheria Band of Miwok Indians. My tribe has occupied our land in Amador County for generations. We have been a federally recognized band of Miwok Indians for over 100 years. We are here to ask the legislator today to ratify the tribal state compact in our tribe that our tribe recently negotiated with the state of California. We have had a compact with the state since 1999. We built a successful casino and hotel in that time. The revenues from that project have been very important to the tribe's effort to improve the lives of tribal members and plan for the future. In consideration of Amador County and the city of Jackson, we have also negotiated several local agreements dealing with the impacts of our casino resort. The new compact, however, has some important improvements that benefit the state, the tribe, non-gaming tribes, and our local governing neighbors. Two of the most important improvements are: one, the tribe is substantially increasing its contributions to the revenue sharing trust fund, and two, the tribe is able to make significant contributions to infrastructure and other projects that are agreed upon with local Amador County jurisdictions. Although the tribe has no plans for expansion, if any significant changes are made, we have agreed to undertake an environmental review of the project and mitigate the off-reservation impacts of the new project. Finally, out of respect for the rights of our employees, the tribe has agreed to not interfere in the decision about whether to join a union. We believe that each tribe has the right to negotiate the compact that is best for its interest. Negotiated compact terms may be different for other tribes, but we urge you to swiftly ratify our compact, which we believe provides fair and which we believe is fair and provides the tribe with certainty and confidence to plan for the generations to come. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Vice Chairman. Next, we have the CEO of the Jackson Rancheria, Mr. Rich Hoffman.
Mr. Chair, Vice Chair, members, thanks for the opportunity to speak with you. I'm here primarily to answer any questions you may have later on the operation. You were handed a packet a little bit ago that Ms. Christian's staff put together. It's got some photos of the rancheria and some information. Essentially, the tribe has been in the gaming business since the mid-'80s, starting with a high-stakes bingo hall. Margaret Dalton read about the Seminole tribe in Florida and started a bingo hall in Amador County. We were one of the first tribes to sit at the negotiating table in '99 and have been operating this enterprise for nearly 30 years. Currently, we operate 1,675 slot machines, 45 table games, a small poker room. We have a hotel that has about 90 rooms, an RV park that you'll see a photo of in the packet that has 100 spaces. We've built a road through the rancheria to connect to the state highway to take pressure off our local county roads. We did that a number of years ago, and we're involved in a number of projects to improve parks and recreation opportunities in the county. We've also voluntarily offered to mitigate any impacts created in the county with local jurisdictions such as the district attorney's office, sheriff's office, public works. And I think that the compact moving forward will provide additional opportunities for us to have dialogue with these jurisdictions. You know that the Local Benefits Committee, which was part of the last compact, is going away with this compact. So that makes these direct negotiations and contributions even more important. And I'll reserve the rest of my time for questions at the end.
Thank you once again. I'd like to introduce Amador County Supervisor Brian Oneto.
Mr. Chair, Vice Chair, members, I'm Brian Oneto, Amador County Board of Supervisors Chairman, And Amador County is in support of AB 475. And I'd like to say for the record that the tribe has been a very good partner with Amador County and the community. And we have a good government-to-government relationship. And they've done more than they have to financially for our community, and we appreciate it and thank them. Thank you.
Also with us today is Jackson City Council member Wayne Garibaldi, and he's willing to address comments as well.
Thank you. City of Jackson is the closest incorporated city to the casino. It is approximately a mile away. The City Council of Jackson voted unanimously to support AB 475. I'm here in support of a good community partner. They have been fantastic in working with us, and I can say that as a convert because I was not an early adopter of a casino in Amador County. So it's taken a little bit of time to change my mind, and that has been the benefits and the partnership that we've had with these folks. In addition to their financial support, I serve on a number of other organizations like the Chamber of Commerce, the Recreation Agency, the Community Foundation, and in addition to their financial support, they have community involvement. They always have a representative or a member that's on one of those boards. So I'm very much in support of it. Thank you.
And finally, we have Mr. Jack Gribben representing Unite Here, AFL-CIO.
Mr. Chairman and members, Jack Gribben. I represent Unite Here, the Hotel and Casino Workers Union in the United States and Canada. And we're pleased to support the amendments to the Jackson Rancheria Compact. In addition to the other positive changes mentioned earlier in this presentation, the tribe has also entered into a bilateral agreement with Unite Here. The agreement provides for a fair process should the eligible employees at the tribe's gaming facility decide to organize a union. In return, Unite Here has agreed that any disputes, should any ever occur, will be settled by a member of the Tribal Labor Relations Panel that was set up pursuant to the original 1999 compacts. I personally am very proud of supporting this compact. The Vice Chairman's grandmother, Chairwoman Margaret Dalton, was a good friend of mine, and my union is very proud to call the Jackson Rancheria of Miwok Indians a partner. Thank you.
With those comments, we're ready and willing to answer questions from the committee. Mr. Vice Chair.
Well, thank you very much. If there's any members of the public that would like to make any comments.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, members. Is it on now? Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chair, members. Mitch Seaman with the California Labor Federation. We're also proud to support this compact, as mentioned by Mr. Gribben from Unite Here. The provisions do a lot to make sure that the workers have a real say in their own wages, benefits, and working conditions, whatever that looks like, and make sure that they have strong dignity and a voice on the job. We'd urge your support.
Thank you. More public comments? Hearing none. Any comments from members? Joan Sawyer?
Thank you. Let me say a couple of things. When this first came to my attention last year, the thing that impressed me the most was the relationship between the Miwoks and the Amador County, and the fact that you were able to come together and mutually benefit one another was impressive. I might add, and so I was extremely excited about moving this along and supporting it. That was one reason. The second reason was you were very open to allowing people to unionize and not to get in the way, that they'd be able to have their own self-governance structure within their little labor movement. And so that was extremely good. And so I have one question, but I have another question that maybe we can talk about offline. And the one offline is about suitability standards regarding gaming licenses. And you have a system that's set up to where you have a tribal gaming agency that kind of handles that. And I just want to, later on you can walk me through how that works Where it doesn't work, where you've had problems, I'm working on my own, just a little small suitability standards project right now, and it would be very helpful to get some input from people who are working on it. But as someone that's on budget, and also it's more for the administration, and also the chair of Budget Sub 5, this compact doesn't contain any revenue payments into the general fund. And I just want to ask the administration, in the future, does the administration see any opportunity for continued general fund revenue sharing with either new or amended compacts in the future?
Thank you for the question. Certainly, that's a possibility. That I would say that the VA House Compact, which was recently negotiated, ratified, and approved, did have some general fund contributions within it. Of course, the compact that we were amending had some as well. I think the primary objective of these compacts, as I mentioned, is to ensure that the tribe is the primary economic beneficiary, and to the extent that we can use that revenue in ways that benefit the tribe, that benefit other tribes within the state, and benefit the local community, I think that's our primary goal. That's not to say that we wouldn't negotiate a compact that included general fund contributions. But certainly we have to do so in light of federal law and the case law interpreting it.
Okay. Thank you.
Further questions from members? Okay, seeing none. Were there any final closing remarks from the Assembly member?
You know, I just want to share with the body here, because as we go from here, we'll be going to the floor with this. You've just witnessed a very collaborative negotiation that came together. It wasn't just the governor coming in and his staff. It was the locals that really drove this and put it together and made it a successful presentation for you here today. Hence the reason maybe so few questions. I'm very proud to represent them, and I would just encourage all of you to support this when it sees the floor. I would thank you.
Thank you, and I think we can all appreciate the collaboration, so my hat's off to you. With that, we'll consider this informational hearing adjourned. We will leave the roll open for some add-ons.
Thank you very much, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.